It's time for the mission briefing. Subject, Mikasa Ackerman. Designation, Scout Regiment, Operative, Weapon Specialist, High Aggro Unit. Originally classified as too volatile for live deployment, Subject AOT-01 underwent late stage modification. Her ability to clear non-weapon cards was restricted before official release. The result, the community passed, dismissed, underestimated. Let's take a look at some of the subject skill sets. Her first response. Discard a card after playing an attack, clear a weapon from your card pool, and add +1 speed for each time you have played this ability this turn. Her second, commit a foundation. After an attack deals damage, draw 1 card. This creates a nice little tempo loop that rewards precision. Keeping her card pool light, attacks fast, and her hand full. This deck is built to take advantage of this cycle that we just talked about. Weapon heavy, air-based aggression, with fire attuned support as backup. It's got early pressure, scaling stats, and the tools to recover if their opening doesn't quite connect. Now that the briefing is complete, let's break down what makes this deck tick, starting with the attacks. Because it's all about tight efficiency and punishing tempo. You don't always need a full string to win, you just need the right sequence of cards. Here are 3 attacks that showcase how this list applies pressure, maintains advantage, and closes out games with brutal precision. First up, we have Hunter's Ally. A 5 diff, 4 high for 5 with a simple yet powerful blitz ability. It just reads, build 1 ally card from your discard pile to your stage. What this is going to do is it turns our discard pile into an extension of that stage. We get to build in things like Science Bros when we want stats, or we can build in Team Player when we need a quick re-ready from things. We also get to build in a backup named Kiyomi who lets us draw or re-ready based off what we really need in the moment. Every build from the discard pile is just going to be free real estate that Mikasa can capitalize on immediately. Next is Violent Animus Shot, a 4 diff, 4 high for 5 that hits your rival on multiple fronts. Its blitz says, commit 1 foundation, remove a backup from any stage. If you did, draw 1 card and this attack gains flash. We're seeing more and more backup decks pop up, especially if you look at the Louisville results. And this lets us directly interact with them, also while cycling out of their hand. If it connects, the response kicks in. After this attack deals damage, your rival removes 1 random card from their hand. It's aggressive hand disruption that's just going to punish any moment of hesitation when your rival doesn't have a full block for it. And finally, our finisher, the Ackerman's Team Up. It's a 4 diff, 4 mid for 3 with EX2 and a very strong blitz ability. This attack gets +2 damage for each card cleared from your card pool this turn. And guess what Mikasa does naturally with every single attack we play? She clears her card pool. This card regularly swings for double-digit damage off smart sequencing, and with Mikasa boosting speed through her response, it can close out a game in a heartbeat. Whether you're grinding value, punching hands, or sending it all in for game, these 3 attacks show off the range and threat Mikasa brings to every combat step. We've seen how Mikasa applies pressure through fast, efficient attacks, but the real strength of this deck is how she sustains that pressure turn after turn. Let's take a look at 3 foundation cards that do a ton of heavy lifting behind the scenes. First up, we have Science Bros, a 3 diff ally foundation with 2 solid responsibilities. The first one, after you remove 1 or more cards, your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. And that's every time you remove, not limited to once per turn. Which means this card stacks buffs every time we use Mikasa to clear her response and discarding something like Wish Heart or Fail Streak. The second response commits it. After you remove 1 or more cards to pay a cost, draw a card. That turns our removal cost into a card advantage. We can even build this in from discard pile using Hunter's Ally, which makes it one of the most valuable tools in our deck. Next is Defiant Stance, a 2 diff foundation with this response. Tenacious, once per turn. After you commit this card to pay a cost, ready it. This card is how we keep the Mikasa engine running without draining our stage. Pair it with her card draw response, and it basically refunds the cost, working along with incompatible quirks to help keep our stage ready. The more of these you see early, the longer your foundation base holds up under pressure. The last foundation we'll cover is Feral Shriek, another 2 diff foundation with 2 effects, both tied to discard. The main one we care about reads, remove, after you discard this card during the combat phase, draw 1 card. This lets us discard it to Mikasa's first response, draw a card back, and also get the removal trigger for Science Bros buffs. All of that without even going down a card in hand. It's a perfect synergy card, hand neutral, buff generating, and ready to be pitched when you need to push. The second response gives you an emergencies filter if you're stuck in your stage. It reads, after your rival's combat phase begins, discard 1 card and draw 1 card. Not going to be the primary use of it, but sometimes we just have to build it in and it still triggers all the other things we need. Together these foundations let Mikasa play aggressively without really draining her hand or stage. You're able to redraw off things like Feral Shriek and Wish Heart, and re-ready your stage off of team players and things like incompatible quirks. You can discard for value, ready foundations that were already committed, and stack buffs just for playing your game. Quick update before we wrap it all up. Since I recorded this, we got to look at a brand new backup, Genghis Frog. This guy's got 1 job and he's going to do it pretty well. He's going to give all of our attacks +3 damage. And I mean, that's every attack. No conditions, no cost, just more damage across the board. In our deck where we're going to be pushing speed and clearing our pool, +3 damage on every swing is going to add up pretty quickly. So I would definitely include him in the list. And honestly, the list we have below is going to have that updated. So Have a good one. Keep coping. And that wraps up the list. Mikasa Ackerman may have been toned down before release, but that doesn't mean she's out of the fight. Her toolkit rewards discipline, consistent clears, clean sequencing, and a tight hand-to-stage balance. The right foundation package and tempo control, she doesn't need overwhelming power, just precision. If you're looking for a 7-hander that plays aggressively without burning out, Mikasa just might be the perfect fit. And if you've written her off in the past, maybe it's time for a second look. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Coping with Cardboard for more Universes content. Got your own Mikasa set or a different weapon package you're trying out? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what you're working on. Everybody have a good one.